All right.
Maps will be available over there as well. So what? Sure.
Are we all good? Excellent.
Eric,
Yes.
I do want to send out there that if you're a parent and you would like to help us, the more people we have helping in terms of supporting in the areas and stuff, that would be great. We always look forward for that. The OA is gonna try to man all of this stuff, but we're only as
You're definitely welcome, and encouraging more volunteers for checkpoints and for help.
yes. Thank you, Eric.
All right. Very good. All right. Thanks a lot. Let's go back to sharing my screen. Okay. Let's trade off. Rosa, you want to tell us a few quick things about our council events?
I lost it on my tab.
Looks like she's coming over to my.
Good thing you have two Zooms going.
I'm tired. I
Look at
trekked
your
all the way
camera.
from the other way of the room. Huh?
Camera.
Okay. So first one up on here is Scoutorama. And that one, the reason why we haven't gotten details out is because we're still trying to like lock down the location. It's looking like it's going to be at Long Beach City College again, but we don't want to put it on paper because the final signature is not made yet. So outside of that, it's going to be a West Fair, because we heard you guys when we had the vision breakfast back in January, and we were, getting everybody's opinions on certain things regarding Scoutorama. And since we moved it to the fall, the focus is going to be on membership. So it's going to be like a West Fair / Scoutorama thing. And so what we want the units to do is to have a booth that shows off scouting, and have an activity that you think, like families would like to do to kind of show how fun scouting is. And what's good about your pack or your troop or your ship or your crew. So we are going to invite the public. There's going to be a flyer and some information sent out to the some of the schools in the Long Beach Unified School District. So we're hoping to have a lot of people who are not in scouting, to encourage them to see what we're about, and to hopefully let them see that it's going to be an easy thing to join and a fun program to be part of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Scoutorama. Scouting for Food, if you go to the web page, it's all updated and everything, so that there's not much explanation. It's the same as it is pretty much every year. There's 2 locations. One Salvation Army on Spring and Long Beach Boulevard, and then the Mayfair Swim Pavilion over on Clark and South. And so basically the units will go out in the week prior to drop off bags to the local neighborhoods, and then come back on the morning of November 12th to pick up whatever residents have left out. And then you just bring it over to one of the 2 locations, and then we'll count it and weigh it and see how much we've collected for this year. All the food goes to our own communities. So it's a really big help. And we've collected like 6,000 to 10,000 pounds a year. I mean, we make a huge difference at this time of year. So hopefully we can do the same again this year.
It makes a big impact, and it's right before Thanksgiving and the holidays.
Right. And
also, they do the packs and troops contact you if they want to reserve a particular area?
Yes.
Or district?
Yeah. If for the area that you want, don't assume that you have what you always have. I mean, most people are pretty much stuck with their area, which is good, but there are a few units that do overlap an area. So just actually, when I was in the office, I think Tuesday, I went and I cleaned off the board. So I couldn't tell you who was where. So you need to call or email me with the area that you want. And there's still a little bit of time. So you might, you don't have to do it like this minute, but just know that you guys need to let me know what area you're going to cover. And then as far as the patch goes, what we're going to do, what I started doing in the 2020 was to order the patches like right after the event. Once it closes, that way it gives you guys an opportunity to count how many exactly you need and not guesstimate. So you order them, you pay for them, and then like probably like the Tuesday or Wednesday after the event, I will put the order in, and hopefully they'll be in by your Christmas Court of Honors, hopefully. So,
All right, very good. And then lastly, the 10 Commandments hike.
the 10 Commandments hike, we haven't updated the website yet, but it's going to be updated soon. And so be looking for that. And the route this year, like I can't be specific because we're still getting calling the different locations to get permission and to see if they'll tackle a commandment. But I can tell you that it's going to be in the Lakewood area this year. A lot of it going down that Arbor Road where we have a whole bunch of churches and units. We might be tapping on some of the units that are along that Arbor Road for some help. So I can tell you that much. The route usually is about 3.5 to 6 miles. I think this year is going to be right around 3.5, maybe 4. And we started adding a second route for the older kids in order for them to satisfy one of their requirements. So we're probably going to do the same this year, but we haven't gotten that far yet. So
okay, and it's always the day after Thanksgiving.
Always the day after Thanksgiving, and the patch situation will be the same. We'll order them. I'll order them out the Tuesday or Wednesday after the event.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Rosa, for all that information. The insider scoop.
That's right.
Very good. All right, let's talk recruitment, everybody. It's fall time coming up. Schools are going back into session, and we need to get some recruiting going on and add scouts to our PACs, troops, and crews. Let's go. Marcos.
Oh, hello. Sorry about that. Hello, everybody here. Let's talk a little bit about recruitment. As you know, we're getting very close to recruitment time. I believe the schools are all opening up on August 31st, which includes all 3 districts. So the best thing to always do is to be prepared, right? Being prepared and having a plan for recruitment is the most important thing. So we'll start off with recruitment update. And as you know, there are 3 types of, actually 2 types of ways that a lot of parents find us. And normally it's through the National BS Scout website, and the other is through our local webpage. So the national webpage actually is what you probably by now know is the bsscout.org pin that we usually deal with. So whenever somebody actually looks for Boy Scout, it goes directly to that BS Scout, and there, they get the information that might, fit for them. So that's why it's so important that we have that pin updated. There's a video right there that you can download and you can see it, and you can learn how to update your pin, or if anything, you guys can give me a call and I'll gladly help you through it. But it is essential that we fix that first, because that's exactly the first thing they'll see, so and that's the first person they'll reach out to. And the email that National sends you that somebody's interested will go directly to your mailbox. So we will know actually here at Long Beach. So it's very important that you guys keep up with that. The second one that I was mentioning was the join page right here in Long Beach Council. So we also have our own page where people can actually go, but these are people specifically that know that there's a Long Beach Council specifically. So they'll go to our webpage, they'll join, and then any information that's there, they'll look through and we'll try to give them the accurate information. That's why it's so important. But in this case, and that's why it's so important for you guys to let us know of any changes when your meeting times are, or when you're any particular detail that you can give us about your meeting. We'll be very appreciative. So that way we can, work with you guys along and try to get these parents involved. One last thing I do want to say is that it is very essential to answer them as soon as possible, because let's be realistic, there's a lot of programs out there. And a lot of the time when parents are looking for a program, they usually want the answer immediately, because otherwise they'll join another program or they'll find another interest. So in particular, we really want to focus on getting them, all the information as possible. I try to get it to you as soon as possible, so that way we can get that communication going. And the same thing, vice versa. Let me know that you have reached out, so that way we can help follow up or anything like that. And finally, we have what we call your PAC website. Obviously, you have a website there. It's a good way to promote. A lot of people look in there and they'll try to find details about it, about your PAC in particular. In social media nowadays, let's be very frank, it's out there. Everybody's using it, and it's the best way to communicate and let people know about your calendar, the programs that you guys are doing, showing them the activities that you're doing. There's a lot of people nowadays will actually go to Instagram just to see how active your PAC is, or what they think that they do. So it's always nice to have a little calendar there. But one simple advice I would give is keep it as simple as possible. The more simplicity, the better. And the reason for that is because people are now getting all the information so fast. They want to see things, but they just want to get what they want. And so keeping it simple has been a success for me. So I advise the same thing for you. And I'll turn it over to Victor now.
And you'll need
Forgot
to.
to unmute myself. I always forget that. Hi, everyone. Really important is to be able to advertise to the community, to the schools, making sure that we have access and provide all the information that we can. And we have all the resources for you here. You don't have to go out of your way to pay for printing or anything like that. We provide you yard signs that you can come to the council and you can get. Just let us know how many you need. We have flyers for printing. We have digital flyers and paper flyers. We can even do custom flyers for you as well. Peer-to-peer print cards that we use here at the office. We have bookmarks that a scout could put their information on and share it with another potential scout, another youth that's in their school or maybe in another program that they're familiar with and wants to join scouting. That's important. Your Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all your social media pieces, be able to put information up on there. Again, we have digital flyers for us to be able to put things on there. We do geofencing for you. So we can say, for example, if you let us know ahead of time, and that's why it's real critical to have great communication with us. Let us know that if you're planning on an event, if you're doing maybe it's an ice cream social, or maybe you're doing a beach cleanup or some other event where you can invite prospective new scouts to come and kind of see hands-on what it's like. Let us know so we can geofence the event. And we've gotten great results through this process of being able to geofence and get the information out through Facebook, through Nextdoor, and some of the other social media platforms that we use. So that's really important for us. There's also the recruiter patch. This is an incentive for your scouts to be able to participate in helping recruit for the PAC as well, or PAC or troop. And they will be able to get the recruiter patch they can wear on the uniform and be very proud of the fact that they can bring in additional scouts into the program. As well as any type of flyer that you guys are already putting together. Maybe it has a sample of upcoming activities that you're planning for the fall, or anything else that advertises it in that way. These are all great pieces to have and to promote to prospective new scouts, to anybody that's interested in joining scouting. The more information we can put out there, the better it is for us all, because it puts scouting right in people's faces, and it makes them realize that we're still here, that we're a great program and a great option for their kids to join. Just to give you a little bit of a go back one slide. I'm sorry. Yeah, just to give you a little bit of a background of this, this is what we've been doing for the last 8 months of the year. And we are actually right now, we're the top council in recruiting in our area, which is area 4 and area 3. And we're also 8th nationally in recruitment. And so I just want to give everybody a big round of applause for all the hard work that the PACs and the troops are doing out there. We are recruiting. These tools are working for us. And so again, it's just really important that we get back to all our prospective parents that are interested in joining as soon as possible, get them to join. And we're hoping for a really fantastic fall, because I think that if we can recruit the same amount of kids that we recruited last year, that's another 200 kids that could join scouting this fall. So we're really excited about that. And we want to make sure that you have all the tools in your hands to be successful. Go to the next slide. Leveraging your schedule. So these are just things that you can do to just promote your program. Some of the things are preschool events, going to preschools. If you have any preschools within your area, we've already put together a flyer. I know that this is kind of early. Usually we do this a little more in the spring, but we put a flyer together for any of those kids that are going to go for kindergarten. We have like a certificate that we put together for kids who are about to go from kindergarten into, from preschool into kindergarten. And it's really, it's really a great opportunity for us to kind of share with them that they can now join scouting. This was a great idea that was shared to me actually by one of our volunteers here, Joe Lopez, said, hey, we should really approach preschools and get information out to them as much as possible. And we've done that. Did a lot of fairs in the spring, but it's not too late. I think they're right about to come in. So if you want that flyer or if you need information on there, let us know. Graduation events, back to school nights, important to have a table there with flyers, again, information to be able to pass out. Teacher meetings, if you have a great relationship with a teacher, your students' teachers, let them know that they're part of scouting, that maybe if they could maybe pass the word along, or even just put in a plug for scouting in the classroom if possible. I know school access is very different nowadays, but it's still, I think, relational. Having good relationships with the schools and the teachers and the principal always leads to being able for us to advertise more. School emails, they have Peach Jar. Peach Jar is a great a system that the school uses, and they will allow us to have flyers on there. There is a fee that they do charge, but it's a great, and again, it's a great viable source of information to pass out. Church community groups. I know there's a lot of units that are sponsored by church and community groups. So, make sure that you get the information out to them. Kids activities, dance clubs, sports. If your kids are part of these other programs and, there's kids there, maybe we can put out a flyer there, keep a flyer, so that they're aware that there's other programs available for them to be able to join scouting as well. So position yourself in a good way to make it easy on yourself, not to have to go out of your way. If these are things that you're already doing in the community, then just, remind yourself to maybe talk to somebody about putting some flyers out, or maybe even making an announcement about scouting. Wearing your uniform obviously is very important, because that's the face of our program. When you're handing out the peer-to-peer cards, setting up tables and activities. I particularly really like the idea of passing out flyers after school. I know we don't have access to the schools anymore because they don't allow you to come into the classrooms as we used to and be able to do the scout talks. But as a good viable option is to just ask for permission from the school principal or to see if they could set up a table right after school. And we've done this for some of our schools, that, as the parents are coming up to pick up their kids, you're passing out flyers and letting them know about scouting. And as many times as you are able to do it, I think that's, it's a great program to do that 2 or 3 times throughout the fall. And that way it keeps the information in parents' hands. Again, we can print flyers for you. It just takes a couple of parents to do it after school. They may be there anyways to pick up their kids. So why not just stay another half hour, come in uniform, pass out the flyers, and invite others to join scouting. Yard signs, again, sometimes the schools allow you to put yard signs in their area. Maybe if you know somebody within the same neighborhood across the street from the school, maybe they'll allow you to put a yard sign there to join scouting. So these are all great tools and techniques for us to get the word out to the community. Next slide. Marcos, you want to cover this?
Yes, absolutely. So as I was mentioning earlier, keeping it simple and keeping it fun is always the clue. And what we mean by this is actually, you don't have to do a traditional, what we call roundup night. Traditional roundup night is usually when we have a specific setup in order to let the parents know about scouting and all that. You can actually just do it simple and have an actual event, an event that you're already currently having. So if you're having a particular bike ride, that might be a good opportunity to invite a few families to come over to do some of the bike ride and to see scouting in action. And actually is more persuasive than actually having a conversation with them. So here's a bunch of examples: having ice cream social, fishing on the pier, playground days, library story time, beach cleanup. The point is to see you guys in action, and that gets people excited about scouting. Next slide, please.
Put the out in scouting, right?
Correct. Okay, Victor, want to handle this one? Mhm.
And you also have to unmute.
Okay.
Myself again, okay. There's an old saying that if you don't plan to, as it goes, is if you don't plan, you plan to fail or something like that. But the point is that you have to plan out. Right? At Scouters, we have to plan what we're going to do. So having a good membership fall membership plan is important. We have the tools for you to be able to do that. There's the Cub Scout membership plan is on the website. You can download it and just kind of follow the sheet, have a plan for a recruitment night. As Marco says, it is important to have, you could do recruitments around events, but it also is important to have a recruitment night, to go ahead and schedule a recruitment night at least once or maybe twice in the fall, whether it's around a PAC meeting or some other event that you're doing as a get together, so that you can have new parents be onboarded and they get the information that they need. There's other resources on our website that you can follow to be able to use to make your recruitment successful. One of them is having a sort of a follow-up sheet where you can gather people's information, and then you can track it to make sure that there's a follow-up contact to them. If parents come in, there's a lot of parents sometimes that will come in and they might not be interested in joining that first night, but they kind of want to see what the program is like before they make a decision. So they'll make sure that you're capturing their information, that you're gathering notes on them. Maybe they're in a classroom with another scout in the room, or maybe they know somebody, maybe they're relative, kind of taking notes of information on each of the families if possible, and then following up with them. I think that's the key part, is inviting them, continue to invite them to other events, and just following up to see if they're still interested in joining scouting, because it may be that they may have questions, or maybe they have a different idea, but for them to actually see what the program is like is really important.
Point is not to lose track of their contact information and keep on it, because those little slips of paper you end up losing.
Exactly. So we do have tracking tools on our website, so that you can be able to track the information for each new parent that comes in. Making sure that on the follow-up emails, and that you're that there is a follow-up, that maybe if you have a pre-written information for them, invitations and with information, and then make sure that when you're following up in the email that you're providing information. There's links. We have the new parent orientation guide that you could always put into an email. I like doing that for any prospective parent that is interested in scouting, because it has a lot of detail as far as how scouting is structured, how Cub Scout Pack is structured, what the roles are. Because when you have brand new parents, they have really no clue as to how the program works in some cases. So having a tool, or having some literature that you can email to them or have in hand to give them is really important. And then again, setting up that scheduling new parent orientation, whether it's at a PAC meeting or other event that you're doing in the fall, making sure that these new parents are onboarded, that they have all the answers that they need. If you can have somebody assigned from your unit that is sort of like a new unit coordinator, new parent coordinator, that could provide the information, have all the answers, because a lot of these parents will have a lot of questions during that time frame. So that's really important. Next slide. Marcos, you want to cover this one?
I will, thank you. Okay, so we right here at the Long Beach, we want to make sure that you guys have all the resources. So these are some of the page resources that we have, and it's all related to membership, of course. And you can find everything pretty much that we cover. Now, today we did kind of a more brief conversation on recruitment, but we are going to have on August 27th, the membership kickoff, which is going to be more descriptive, more clear, and we're going to give you more ideas. And we're actually currently working on new ideas on what could work for membership, you know. A lot of it can be very digital, you know, so that way we can reach out to more people. But again, you know, we want to give you all the resources possible. So if you need something or you want to ask something, please do so, because we want to help, you know. In addition to that, like I mentioned, we here at the resource area, we have how to get parents involved video. I know sometimes it's tough to get some parents to get involved, but that's something that, you know, it takes a little practice. Let me tell you, I started PAC from scratch, and they become incredibly big, 30, 40, 50, you know, volunteers being pretty active. So it's just a matter of the way you approach situations and having skills and tips, you know, and ideas. And those are the things that we're going to try to, you know, spread it out and share our little secrets that we use here. And in addition to that, we also have other PAC recommendation, which is actually the actual website where they can actually sign up and find all your information on there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys very soon. I'm going to move it on now to Victor.
All right, and so either Marcos or Victor, you talked about the August 27th recruiting event. Tell us a little bit more about that. That's on a Saturday, right?
That is correct. Yes, we're actually working on developing a 3-hour, I guess, program day, we will say. And those 3-hour program days, we're going to try to give you as much tip as we possibly can. And that's everything from how to even set up a table. Because a lot of things is all about impression with a lot of the kids, you know, how do you communicate with them? And there's simple tips that you may, sometimes in scouting world, we tend to ignore. And it's like not speaking the lingo, for example, you know, we tend to have this lingo, hey, want to go to a PAC? But a lot of people are like, what is a PAC, you know? So simple things like saying a group, you know, trying to communicate more effectively, ways that, you know, when you set up your display table, you want to make it more interactive for the kids. So that way the kids can be occupied while you talk to the parents, you know, little tips like that that can help out and that have been quite a success for us, you know, over the years in our career. And so it's going to be a lot about tips, how to do a roundup night. You know, if you're not much of a speaker, we can kind of give you insights on what we would normally say or do and how to get parents involved. So I wish I could be more detailed, but we're still working on it because we want to make it worth your time. So when you come, we want to make sure that you leave an expert in recruitment, and hopefully you guys don't take my job away. Okay.
More information to come. Thank you, Marcos.
Thank you.
All right, here's some more recruitment ideas that you have available to you. You can create an e-flyer. Victor, did you want to go over this?
Sure, recruitment ideas. So you create an e-flyer. We have e-flyers. There's a template on the website. Again, it's on the resource page where you can just tell us and we can drop in your information, make it real simple. Regular flyers, again, and set up a table and pass out flyers after school. Or if you're allowed to, in some private schools or even some regular schools, if they allow you to go into the classrooms and pass out the flyers, we can provide all the information and provide the support as well. We'll go out there with you if you let us know ahead of time so that we can schedule it out. Facebook advertising around your meeting place. Again, that's geofencing the events, any activity that you're doing. Facebook posts in your neighborhood groups. I know that there's a lot of PACs that do activities during the summer. Maybe you're doing a beach cleanup or you're doing a bonfire during the summer. Take pictures, post them on Facebook. I think the easiest thing to advertise is what the kids are doing and how much fun they're having. I think when other parents see that, they really want to get their kids involved in it as well. And it's a real easy way to advertise. And what better way to do it than by just, selling ourselves. Putting banners up at the school sites. So we have banners. Last year we had the Welcome Back to students banners. This year, we're going to have a little slightly different. It's more activity-based looking banner. This is where your fun starts, right? Your fun starts with scouting. And we'll have those banners available. So if you want a banner to be able to put up at the school, if they'll allow you to do it, please let us know. So we'll have those banners available.
So basically, you rent time on that banner, you can take it with you for a while.
We'll give them out. We give the banners out to the units if they're going to be able to use it the year round, and they can go ahead and keep it. If they're only going to use it for an event or two, we'd like to have it back so that we can lend it out to somebody else.
Make sure it gets eyes on the banner, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yard signs at the school, meeting places, and home. Again, making sure that we're advertising our yard signs, putting them out there, and just putting out in front of your house. It's the easiest way to do it. And again, making sure that the community knows. Handing out flyers at community events. We did this a lot in the spring, and we're planning doing it again this fall. We went to a lot of community events where we had booths, and we passed out information on scouting, how to join scouting. And again, youth-based community events was the key part of what we did. It was important because that's where all the parents are coming to get information for their kids. But Little League events, AYSO sign-up days. We had concerts in the park. We have units that go out and set up a booth at concerts in the park. So there's all these opportunities to be able to set up booths and be a face to the community. So encourage, if you have an opportunity for us, let us know. If we can come out and help you, we could also set up a booth.
Yeah, keep all that recruiting material in your car, and you're ready to go wherever you happen to be.
There you go. Exactly.
Very good. As many of you know, we've had a warning, and now National will have a membership fee increase. And so, of course, all things are getting more expensive. So Victor, tell us a little bit more about our membership fees for next year.
So you received an email regarding the membership that National raised the membership fee. If you can click on the next. Okay. So the fee change took effect beginning August 1st. Well, but it doesn't apply to current youth and leaders until the renew period in 2023. So it doesn't apply to, it only applies to new members joining August 1st. It also applies to units that have not renewed. So if by chance, if you have a unit that hasn't been renewed yet, you will have to have the new fees effective August 1st. So in 2021, this was what we were paying. Youth were paying a $72 fee for national, a $66 fee for local. The total was $138. And adults were paying $60 per year. And there's the breakdown. In 2022, it's a $12 fee increase. So we're going from $138 to $150. And then adults will stay the same. So there's the only change that happens in the fee structure is that is going to be the $12 for registration for the whole year. And again, it does not take effect till 2023. The increase is $12, no change for current adults. And that's a $12.50 a month prorated fee. So if a scout joins in mid-year, they're only paying $12.50 per year, depending on the month that they're joining in. And any new scout register after August 1st will still have to pay the $25 one-time fee. Can you click? Oh, there you go. You still have to pay the $25 one-time joining fee. So any new prospective scout, if they've never registered in scouting at all, does have to pay the $25 one-time joining fee. But if, say, for example, they, for any reason they left scouting and they're coming back to scouting, they don't have to pay the fee if they've ever registered before. And that fee is not prorated. Then the union youth will have to pay the $12.50 fee above. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and then we'll be able to answer them for you. So thank you again. Reminder that August 27th is our membership kickoff. We have a great day planned for you. We're also planning on having, the Scout Shop will be open that day. We're also planning on having our live scan person here as well to provide live scan service. So if you haven't met your requirement for AB 506, which I'll probably talk in a few minutes about, you'll have an opportunity to come in and get your live scan that day.
Okay. I'd like to take a quick breath here and see if there's any questions that we have with regards to recruiting.
There's a question that said that if there's a $25 fee applicable to adults. No, the $25 fee is a one-time fee for youth only.
Youth only. Okay, that's good to know. So say, for instance, if you have 6 months left in your for a new student, then it's $12.50 per month times 6, and that would be the remaining year fee. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, plus the $25. Yeah.
One time.
One-time $25.
Okay. Very good. All right. Now let's move on. A couple of our special events coming up, and would like to have Joe Lopez talk to us a little bit about Kaburi.
Hi, everybody. So Kaburi is happening
Yay.
in person with camping this year.
Yay!
So it is pretty exciting. We're changing our venue this year. Unfortunately, the dam was not available at a price point that would make it feasible to attend. So we found another venue that is a little bit more reasonable, but like everything, costs are going up.
Mhm.
The event is going to be in October on oh, I guess I didn't put it on here. It's
The date itself, right?
yeah, that's kind of important. It's October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So Friday check-in, big event on Saturday, and kind of check out on Sunday. So registration, we're planning on opening it up tomorrow, August 12th. So those of you that are here on Roundtable, you get the scoop to get the early bird pricing. We're going to be holding that early bird pricing open through September 11th. And then on Monday, September 12th, it'll go up from $40 to $45. That'll be the regular registration costs. After October 12th, it'll be late registration. We will the registration cost is per person, so that is for youth and for camping adults. The venue that we're at is charging us per person. It's not a flat fee for the site. We're looking forward to trying to get a lot of troops to come in and help us out with hosting some of the different activities. We will also have to charge our staff to come in. And so that's a $20 registration fee regardless of when they come in. So for the troops out there, I know in years past, we've had troops come in and roll in with 60 or 70 scouts to, run a small event. Unfortunately, well, you're welcome to bring them. However, it is a $20 registration fee. It will be unit cooking for the adult staff and committee. We will be providing food for them, but for individual units and troops, they will need to cook their own food. Let's see. We are working on a patch design, and we're also going to do a shirt, just like in previous years. Hopefully this year. Last year, I know we kind of missed out. I usually throw in some glow in the dark on these things, and I got that from the Macintosh family when they were doing cutlery, and I liked carrying it forward. Last year, unfortunately, it didn't work out with the patches or the shirts. I'm hoping to go back to that this year in the design. So our theme is heroes and villains. So it can be from comic book media, cartoons, different things like that. I'm hoping to see a lot of interesting costumes. The unit contest this year will be setting up your campsite as your lair. Fortress of Solitude or Evil Minion Lair.
Bat cave.
Yeah, Bat Cave. I don't think we can dig, so
Okay.
please, just be careful with the caving, and that requires helmets and a whole bunch of other stuff. So,
Don't spill on you, please.
but I think it'll be a lot of fun in a new venue. We're gonna have try and put together a fishing derby, and I'm really looking forward to putting on this event and getting the Cubs out there. We've already had interest from the Order of the Arrow as well as Talkwoods community on what they can do to help facilitate the event. So I know it's going to be great, and I know some of our troops are mainstays for the event. So I can't wait to reach out to them and see if they can put on some of the favorite events that they normally put out. Any questions?
How do you order the t-shirts?
So the t-shirts are going to be on the same page as the registration site. Normally we set it up so that way if you don't order the shirt early, you can go back on and later and not pay for like any new scouts and just order the shirts. They'll be delivered at the event. And this year we're planning on doing long sleeve shirts since it is in October and it is a little bit chillier. I thought that I for a couple of years I was like, yeah, if we go back out, I want to do a long sleeve shirt. So that's what we're doing.
Sounds good. Sounds like you can sign up as a pack or troop and have more than one person when you sign up.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite sure if that's the way it's going to work on the registration site. We like to get the individuals to register, but we can probably work out if a pack, a larger pack or troop wants to contact me directly, then we can try and figure that out and work with Victor to get that registration process going.
All right, very good, very good. Anything else? Anyone else?
So where did you say it was at again?
I didn't say. Thank you, Lisa. It's going to be at Lakeview Park, which is technically in Orange, but it's kind of more like Silverado Canyon. I mapped it like on a Friday at 5 o'clock from Long Beach. It was about an hour drive. Shoot down the 22 to the 55, and take one of the roads until it looks like you're no longer in civilized society, and there's a nice little park there that we're going to have the run of for the weekend. So
All right, everybody, look forward to it. Put it on your calendars. Reserve the dates.
thank you.
Thank you, Joe. All right, now if you need to fundraise to go to pay for that registration, you can do popcorn. How about that?
Hey, popcorn. So popcorn season is upon us. So in the next Friday, August 19th, storefront orders are due. We just had our kickoff last Saturday. Thank you for all who attended. And again, popcorn is a great way to be able to generate the money for all the program needs that you have. And so these are the important dates. Again, August 19th, we need to know how much popcorn you would like to order for the show and sell or storefront. The pickup will be September the 9th. We'll be here at the Scout office. And then your sale can begin. As soon as you get the popcorn, you can start selling it in front of the stores. We go through the process of scheduling out the stores, and so you'll be able to go through the popcorn ordering, website, and be able to lock in the times that you're selling. We're still in the process of doing that. Trails End is they set all that up for us, and they contact all the stores within the community. I think last year we had about 5 stores that participated. There was a lot of others that said no due to COVID at the time. So we're hoping that this year we're going to get a lot more stores to participate.
Nice.
Monday, October the 10th, returns will be due. That's a time when the units can then consolidate and figure out how much popcorn they can fill in for their unit take orders, and then they'll submit their unit take orders to us if they still need popcorn. Then the second
Explain
order,
take order.
excuse me?
What is a unit take order?
The unit take order, what's a take order form? So in popcorn, you have three types of sales that you can do. So you could do storefront sales, setting up, just like you see in the picture, you set up the popcorn in front of a store and you sell it to the public. You could do take order, which is your traditional take order forms that kids would get home from school, let's say, and take out, and they would have their grandparents or friends or family members or neighbors fill out, and they tell them, okay, I want to order this, and they'll get it at a future date, as opposed to the storefront where you get it immediately. And then there's online sales, which is a passive campaign, which some units do really well with, and all the youth have to do, the scouts have to do is set up their online account. Their unit signs up, they set up their online account, they share their information about their sale with emails from, again, family members, friends, and it could be anywhere in the country, obviously, phone numbers and emails, and the prospective person will get an email or a phone number saying, hey, you know, I'm the scout and I'm selling popcorn. Would you help support my program? And some packs, a pack 134 did almost $4,000 in sales and never touched one item of product. So, and they got a 35% commission rate on it. So it's a higher rate for doing it online. Exactly. But again, the biggest seller for us is the storefront orders, simply because that's an opportunity for us to be in front of the public, and who can say no to a scout in uniform saying, will you support me in my scouting adventure, and they're providing the popcorn out there. So that's really important for us to be able to get out there. Again, it's marketing, it's a face of scouting, and it's an opportunity for us to be able to generate the funds to support the program.
What's this $50 Amazon gift card over here?
That is the reward program that Trails End puts together. So they go based on a point system. So for every dollar that a scout sells, they get $1.25 given to them as credit from from Trails End. And then if they hit particular sales amounts, then they earn Amazon gift cards. And so they could, I think it starts at 25, 50, and so on. And then they have suggested prizes that they could buy with these Amazon gift cards. So they have a whole system built in. It's all taken care of by Trails End. So they will issue the cards, and the leaders have on the website have control over when those cards get issued, and all the commissions and everything else. So it's a pretty easy program to do. If the unit's never done popcorn, there's no upfront cost to the unit. It's all given to you on consignment. If you want to do the storefront, if you want to do the take order, we provide all the materials, the order forms, and we even have marketing pieces like banners to put up. And if you're doing storefront sales, or if you're doing sales at any other location, we have all the tools for you to be successful. All you have to do is bring of yourself and have a good plan for success with your unit. We have training, Trails End has training. So it's all pretty cut and easy to do. So if you haven't done it before, at least try it, give it a try, and we'll see how successful you can be.
No reason that the troops cannot do this. They have online sales. They've got order forms. You don't have to be out in front of a grocery store for that too. So
exactly. The next slide is that to make it even more interesting, we decided that we wanted that we're going to put together a popcorn sales unit incentive. So this is an incentive. So if a unit hits their incentive goal, and we have 3 levels of the goals, we have a bronze level, a silver level, and a gold level. So if the unit hits the minimum bronze level, for example, they will receive a $25 discount, actually credit, not discount, but a credit towards their registration for every youth in their unit during the recharter period. If they hit the silver level, they'll get a $50 discount for every youth in their unit. And if they hit the $75 level, they'll get, excuse me, yeah, 75, the gold level, sorry, they'll get a $75 credit for every youth in their unit. So again, this is an incentive for us to offset the cost of registration. I know that registration went up, so we said, you know, let's see what we can do to help out the units, and as well as get them to a fundraise. So not only would you get the commission up front, which max is 30%, you could also earn prizes for the youth. So they'll get cash commission, prizes for the youth, and on the back end, if they meet the goals, they'll also get this discounts, credits that they will get to.
Hit the gold level, you've got a credit for half of your registration per youth.
Per youth.
Or your whole unit.
For the whole unit,
Your
exactly.
whole unit. Now, of course, if you have a big unit, you have a higher threshold, but that's a great incentive to try to reduce those costs, because I know some troops are even thinking, you know, how can we help offset these costs for these families, especially if these families have more than one scout in the family. That gets expensive.
Exactly. Now, each unit's goal is based on the number of youth that are registered in the unit. So it is based on that. And if you want to see what each goal is for your particular unit, you can you can go to the longbeach.org website under popcorn and click on the incentive link, and you'll be able to see there's a sheet on there that has the bronze level, silver level, and the gold level of
For each unit.
for each unit. Yeah, exactly.
All right, very good. That's a great incentive. Boy, this is I think the popcorn's free at the end of all this, isn't it? All these credits. All right, very good. Everyone counts. You've heard this before, and we're trying to keep it on the top of your mind. We're trying to build our scouting program, and so with this, we can do this. There's a QR code at the top there. It's also available on our website. This is where you can contribute as a family, contribute as a company, contribute and have matching funds from certain companies that are do that. Ask people around to help promote our scouting program here in Long Beach area. Build a better program. We can't do it without funds, and so this is our way to do that. It's easy. You can make the gift monthly. Say, for instance, $10 a month or more, and or you can do it in one lump sum. The way to do it is very easy. You can do it via text. You can do it via the website. Everyone and every dollar counts, and that's what we mean by that. Victor had mentioned AB 506, this mysterious assembly bill.
So National has extended the deadline until December 31st. So now, if you've already done all your requirements, I think it's great. For those who haven't, you still have time. I think try to do it as soon as possible, because once with the end of the year deadline comes, that will be the final deadline, because if you don't have, you won't be able to recharter. Basically, if you don't have your AB 506 requirements met and you haven't done YPT as a leader, you will not be able to recharter with scouting. So we encourage everybody to continue to share this information with your adult leaders in your units, making sure that they're aware that they have to meet these requirements. We do have a mobile live scan person that can come out and to your unit and or make arrangements for you to come and get fingerprinted. There is a lot of information on the california.scouting.org website regarding this, the state law. And if you need a list of which leaders have met the requirements within your unit, send me an email and I will send you a list of your unit in which members have, adult members have or have not met the requirement. So we can provide that information for you.
All right, very good. Cleaning up, we're at the end of our slides. wanted to highlight for everyone that the office, Scout office and the shop now have Saturday hours. Okay. Saturday hours from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Of course, Sandy can answer all your questions about the Scout shop and can arrange for all kinds of things, including curbside pickup. So if you can't make it during the week because you're working and you're far away, you can come by on Saturdays as well. Okay. That brings us to the end of our roundtable tonight. I think there's a question or two in the chat. Jennifer, Victor, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, she wanted to know what the fundraising goals for the units. I think she was referring to popcorn. So I sent the incentive link there, and as well as the it has the information on there for each unit's goal.
Yeah. Again, if you can't get it, get the link through the chat, you can go to longbeachbsa.org and go to the popcorn page. Okay. Did we answer Brian's question about the $25 fee for new registrations also applicable to adults? Yes, it's not applicable to adults. A one-time join fee for a youth. All right. Anything else?
I think Jennifer had a question about
Driving directions for Webelos weekend.
Yeah.
All right. The official directions for Webelos weekend is to go up through Big Bear. So basically you take 18 and I just wrote it down, and 330 over to 38, go through Big Bear, go around the backside of Big Bear, and head into Camp Tockwitz from the backside, basically. So you're making a left turn into Camp Tockwitz instead of a right turn into Camp Tockwitz. There is a dirt road that you can take in the dark. I would not advise it. And
Don't do it. Don't take
don't
that
do it. There you
road.
go.
Do
So,
not take the road.
yeah, just
Go
plan
up Highway 18. It's the only safe way in.
Yeah, it is only there aren't that many ways. So that's the road that has the pavement. So I would highly recommend that. Count on about 45 extra minutes to go through that route into your drive time. Okay.
There might be a like a roadblock checkpoint once you get the other side of Big Bear, because they don't want a whole lot of people going down Highway 38. Just tell them you're going to Camp Tockwitz and they'll let you through. That's what I've been told.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Glenn. We'll see you up there. Anybody else for the good of the order? All right, very good. Everyone have a nice evening. Have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. We'll see you at our next roundtable on September 8th. All right, good night, everyone. And then Joe